Hi, I'm Ron Kosakowski, owner of TFW, which is found on traditionalfilipinoweapons.com. You'll find a lot of very high quality Filipino weapons and other weapons from other cultures as well. It's quite the website. You'll be a kid in a candy store in that website. Today we're going to do a cut video on the TFW cane. This thing is quite the weapon. You can see we got the rubber tip to protect the wood so you could actually use it. It's got a full tang. This tang goes all the way through. You can see on the top here where we got a decorative brass piece holding everything in place for so it doesn't break. It's got a beautiful locking mechanism, as you can see here. My friend had designed some before that makes these blades. He's quite artistic, so he's come up with about 2 or 3 different designs since we've had these canes out, but he's very creative. Not that the other ones in the past weren't working, they work very well. He just, you know, he's very innovative and always has new ideas, so we just have to deal with that, which is no problem. You can see when I pull it apart, the lock, it snaps into place and comes apart very easy for a quick draw if you had to. And this is nice for thrusting. You can see it's got a nice long thin blade, so if you have to thrust whatever way you have to do it, it's right there. You can slash with it also. Like I said, it's full tang, so you're not going to break this on a limb or anything. It's not made for chopping down trees or anything like that, but it's very solid. This is more of a Spanish influence in the Philippines. The elite that needed self-defense, they would carry a cane. So rich Spanish and rich Filipinos in the back in, you know, during the 337 years of Spanish occupation would carry this in the cities because they weren't allowed to carry swords. Knives, you were limited, so this, you know, is a hidden weapon. Nobody could see what it's like, so this thing worked out very well for self-defense purposes. I don't know of any true stories. I haven't heard any in that past, but I'm sure there are some if we really search for them. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a cut video with this. We're going to show how well it thrusts, how solid it is, and I think you'll like what we're going to do. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the mat. It's not really made for cutting mats or something like that, but you can remove limbs with this rather easily. Like I said, it doesn't double as a tool or anything like that, but it's definitely strong enough to remove a limb, maybe even a head or something like that, back in ancient times, hypothetically speaking, of course. So I'm just going to show you how it works on the mat. Okay, almost cut all the way through. Okay, works pretty good. It's only hanging off by a thread here, so works pretty good for cutting. That would definitely remove a limb. You can see how fat that mat is, so it's definitely, it'll work for you. Now what I'm going to do is from here I'm going to show the durability of it, and we're going to stab this bottle over here so you can see how well it thrusts. Okay, like I said, you got different types of grips you can thrust from. If you had to thrust really quick from here, you could do that. Okay, so just to show you how well it works, and went in like nothing. Went in very easily. The TFW cane found on traditionalfilipinoweapons.com. Okay, what we're going to do over here is just for an added bonus in this video here, you just saw how we cut everything and how razor sharp this thing is. It's a good weapon. However, I have to tell you, you should check your laws in your state to see if you could even carry something like that. If you're not allowed to carry such a big blade, and I live in Connecticut, a lot of the laws there, I think you're only allowed 4 inches. You're not allowed a double edge, a lot of things like that. So there are some consequences. Have I carried this when I hurt my knee and say, I've been grappling for well over 30 years and whatever else, sparring and everything else. Of course, I've had injuries and I've carried this. So I mean, it's I don't know if you want to go by this, carried by 6, tried by 12 thing, whatever. You gotta have common sense when it comes down to self-defense. You cannot just be pulling this out and carrying it anywhere just because you want to carry a weapon. So you should have a good idea of the laws and have an obvious self-defense situation, so when they do see it, it's obviously self-defense. I'm sure if there's more than one attacker with weapons, you could use a sword cane with no problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few potential moves here, and what we'll do is I'll do it off of one of our knives that we use and we sell on the TFW website also, and just give you a brief idea. It's not going to be too much, just enough to give you an idea how to use this cane. Okay, I'm going to show you some of these self-defense moves now so you get an idea of what to do with the cane. Obviously, if you need a cane, you're limited in your footwork already, so you're going to have to just use a little bit of body shifting. Say if he comes in to thrust me, you want to get out of your way here. See what I'm doing? So it could be this way also. Okay, so you're going to be using that kind of type of footwork here. All right, so it's just a little bit of body shifting with the blade and using the handle, the shaft of it. You could see how this is made of, at the end, a very hard ironwood, so you could actually hit and thrust with this thing. So you're going to have no problem. You're not going to break this, not that easily. So I'll give you an idea. The first one I'm going to show you is going to be a little bit of the intercepting methods, okay? So you see the approach coming. It's different when, obviously they just approach you with the knife and put it on your throat or against you, say, give me your money, or they're threatening you, trying to kidnap, whatever the situation may be. Obviously, this is from a longer range. He's coming in. I'm going to do everything very slow, as I said. You saw the cut video, so we're going to do everything very slow, just so you understand the technique. I'm not going to do anything fast, so there's no accidents happening. We can make a nice video. Okay, so first thing is first, he comes in to thrust here, and I intercepted him right away. You can see what I do here, and I could thrust. Notice I trapped the hands right here, okay? He's not going to parry this too easily, and because I'm just going to throw this right into the eyes or the throat, okay? And then I can slash right off of that, if necessary. If I can't move that much, I'll just slash for where I am and then hit the arm with the blade and, try to disarm him that way by cutting the arm off. And from cutting that mat, you can see that arm will come right off if I really slash at it. The second one. Okay, what I'm going to do here is maybe I go to do that interception. Okay, so what happens is he might grab it if I do this now. Now, watch this. See, I just take it and now I cut off the arm and I could thrust again. See what's happening there. Come back with a cut and do the same thing. Okay, so if he grabs it, let him have it. Yeah, he's busy with 2 hands now, right? Okay, these techniques are more or less, you see the weapon ahead of time. He didn't sneak up with you and stab you from behind or cut your throat from behind where there's nothing you can do. I don't care what kind of martial arts you know when it comes to that type of situation. This is something you see obviously ahead of time. So we're going to work off the thrust for this one. So before I go on, I want to make sure, you usually carry it like this. So you could thrust like this, okay? Or if you want, you could thrust like this also. So the grip is up to how you pull it out. So if you pull it out this way, or if you're holding, you pull it out really quick this way. Either way is very good. I like this. It reminds me of the puñal because the gun handle is even with the tip of the blade, and it'll go right through the ribs. It'll go through anything you hit actually. So it's going to be nice, if you get everything correctly. So On this one, I just so happen to see him coming, and I come in like this. See what I'm doing here? Now I'm aiming for the bone on the arm, okay, radial bone, and I'm going for the thrust, and then I'm going for the slash here. I would come in with another slash here, potentially even hit him in the eye here, and maybe go for the throat, if possible. If you're carrying a cane, you might have to make those movements smaller. Okay, because obviously you're carrying a cane for a good reason. Okay, so on the other one, I just so happen to see it. I'm coming down hard on the bone again, thrusting at the same time. So again, just so you can see what I'm doing, I'll put it back again. Okay, so all I'm doing, I'm coming down hard and thrusting here. You can see this will go right through his neck. I would thrust. Slash again, thrust with this, and thrust the throat, and you should pretty much finish it. Okay, so you're gonna be moving. Your adrenaline is gonna be flying off the charts if somebody's coming at you with a knife. So that'll work very well. Okay, so now, if possible, I'm gonna do this one very slow. Okay, he comes in with the knife. I could just intercept with this. Notice I get out of the way. I'm just intercepting, then I'm coming in for the slash on the arm, hit the arm again, slash the eyes. Okay, so I could also intercept by coming in like this, right on the arm, hit it, and then come in this way also, and thrust the throat, slash again. It looks like overkill. Hey, what if one didn't work? And when there's adrenaline in some sort of combat situation, you'd be surprised how people keep fighting no matter how much damage they have on them. So you have to do this overkill. Okay, so the first one we went like this. You could cut this way, or you could cut this way. So you got to zone out of the way on that. And whatever you do, if I slash this way, make sure you follow up with the other end of the cane, step in and thrust, slash, and slash again. Okay, so you're in a good position. This obviously is going to be like this. So when he comes in here and I go like this to cut, we're going very slow. Like I said, this is razor sharp, so it's for the safety for him anyway. Okay, so you're gonna hold on before you do it. I'm just going to show, and you're gonna be coming in like this. If you intercept, you're gonna be coming in like this. Okay, you might slash right across the bicep too. If he comes in here, you can see what happens there. So if I slash across the bicep, you can see how I'm in a good position right there. I would hit again, even. Just keep nailing. Throat, eyes, arm, keep doing it. Something's gonna work there. I'll give you a brief idea on how we do it off of a slash. Okay, in other words, he's slashing me with a knife. Okay, he's gonna come in ballistically hard. So that's why I like these first ones. You can see how it stopped him nicely, and then you pull this out and shove that right in. Okay, so the same thing here. Say he comes in with a slash, and I go follow the force here. I slash the throat, I slash the arm, I hit it again, I thrust. Okay, like I said, I'm going slow for his safety here. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm coming in, I'm going to hit like this. I could thrust, I could slash again, hit this, and then come in with the thrust to the throat again, to the heart. This will go right in, the eyes, okay? You can see how that works. Now, say for example, I end up taking this out in backhand position here. You're gonna be in forehand. We'll just do forehand again. Yep, you can see how he comes in here. So I come in here and I hit like this. So all I'm doing is I'm gonna come in, bam, right here and slash the arm, okay? And you can see how I could come right up into the brain, from the throat into the brain on this one. Okay, that's utilizing this. So the first one, all I do is I did follow the force here. The other one here, I just did a backhand here and I followed it up here. See, and you could come right up or come right up this way. Okay, so now say for example, we're going to do this one really slow because I'm going to use the actual blade itself here. If I could get this in. Okay, here we go. All right, so say for example, it's just too quick. I don't have time to use this one. So still do it slow. So, okay, so he comes in here. You could see You know, see how I come up. See the follow-up. Notice he goes to backhand, he's going to backhand into the blade. So I come in like this, I do it, and I follow up. Look how I go to the eye right here. Check right there, and this is going to go right in there. See what's going on? Okay, so that's utilizing the forehand strike. So say I want to follow the force. So I'm going to put this back in, just take it out from here. And we're going to do it real slow. And I come in this way. See how I cut that way. So we'll just make like this is the blade. So he comes in here, I'm cutting that. See what I'm doing there? Now when I cut that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right for the eye. Okay? So what's going on is I cut that, I go right for the eye, and then I follow this. This is a good way to cover off of a backhand angle because he can't cut me backwards. Okay, backhand I mean. So say he goes to cut me backhand, look what happens there. Obviously I'm going to meet him at the same time. That'll take the arm right off. So we're in a good position here if he goes to do a thrust. Slash, excuse me. Getting that mixed up, okay. He gives me a backhand slash, okay. You can see how I could cut that arm. Now I'm moving out here. I'm going to use this end. I'm just going to switch up so you get an understanding here. I'm going to be cutting that right there. So if I cut that, I'm going to go right for the eyes, right for the throat, and hit again, and then follow up with the other end, obviously. So we'll do a slow. I cut here, I follow up, and I go back for the blade right here with the blade here. Thrust or hit this way. You could hit the arm. You could continue to follow up. Like I said here, it's almost like your Sinawali type movements there. You can follow up. Obviously, you have to get around him a little bit, use a little bit of footwork. Depending how minimal it is, you do have length on a blade. If he comes at you, even with a Bowie knife, you still have length. So it's going to be in your favor a little bit. And it does take practice to get good at this. On this one, I'm just going to show you, a club is just as common as a knife. You could do the same thing. If he comes in, I could intercept right here, take this out, hit, and then go for the eye, okay? I could intercept with this right away, see? I could come up and intercept by just coming in here and intercepting. Another one I like is follow the force, and look what I do. I come right up here, so that would be to the gut, going right up. Notice when I did this, I go upward. This way you get all the vital organs, and it's a sure shot deal. A lot of times when you just kind of rip it back out again, you'll hit more and cause internal bleeding. Sometimes when you go straight in and straight out, you don't do as much damage as you think, and they can still fight for a while. So if you're going to do this, I call it making soup. Get it in there, turn it a little bit, rip it out, anything, just to make sure that all the vitals are injured. So all I'm doing on that is I'm going to follow the force and come right up here. You can see how I could cut the throat right here. I could come down here and continue to slash the arm to make sure, go for the eye with the stick, cover it again, go for the eye again. Overkill? No, if one of those moves screwed up. So you're in a good position. It's very easy. You know, with the sword cane, you do have quite an advantage, actually a deceptive advantage also.